Well, hello gang. Welcome back once again to another update on The Long Dark. I'm Lonelywolf, and today we are discussing the October 2020 dev diary that was released on... Well, I'm not sure what day it was released, I can't remember. Last week sometime, I think like Thursday or Friday or something. Anyway. I didn't cover the last dev diary because it didn't really cover any meaningful news except for the fact that they were still working on a Switch port and had no ETA on it. And then surprisingly, I think it was last month, we had the Switch port of The Long Dark just dropped in our laps. So that was cool. But anyway, y'all aren't here for the news about the Switch port because that's behind us, obviously. You're here for new news about The Long Dark. And thanks to the latest dev diary, we have that. So, upcoming on October 29th through November 12th, we have a brand new event for Halloween. And it's not the 5th installment of 4 Days of Night, or 4th installment? I can't remember. We've had a few now. It is not 4 Days of Night rehashed again, which as fun as 4 Days of Night is, this is something new. It's called Escape the Darkwalker, and it takes The Long Dark's pensive survival exploration and adds a bit of Silent Hill to it, I think would be the right term. Or I don't know, take your favorite horror game and add it to it. Aliens maybe would be a little bit more likely, I think. Anyway. It's an endless night, and you are stalked by an invisible, malevolent entity bent on your destruction. You've got to keep your distance from this entity, and once it closes in on you, you die. You just have to survive for as many real-time minutes as you can. You can't hurt it, but you can slow it down. There's special spray paint glyphs you can use, and you can temporarily dispel or attract the entity. You can play in any region of the world, but you can only stay in a region for 30 real-time minutes, though at the moment all of these timings are being tuned based on playtesting, so it may change a bit before it comes around. After those 30 minutes, a toxic fog will appear. When this fog appears, you've got 5 minutes, real-time minutes, to get out of the region before you die. And once the fog takes hold, the region is impassable. So a lot of your strategy is going to come down to, you know, planning ahead, moving about, skating around. I think interloper players are going to find this challenge a little easy as far as the planning ahead part goes. Successful interloper players, I might say. I know there's a lot of us masochists out there who previously played interloper and were just trash at it. But anyway, you can run and not hide. Walls aren't going to keep this Darkwalker out, so your success is going to depend on the routes you take and how you manage your glyph resources. So yeah, they're switching it up, and this is going to embrace more of a horror vibe than normally would occur in the game, so Halloween's a fun holiday. That's going to give this to happen. And again, that's going to run from October 29th through November 12th. And it's going to earn you some special unlocks, including a new custom mode unlock, Endless Night, which sounds like The Long Dark, which will eventually be getting mod support, but currently doesn't have official mod support. There's a mod out there known as Relentless Night. So it sounds like this new custom mode unlock for Endless Night is probably... sounds like it could be a copy of that to some degree. We'll see. Obviously, they didn't give too much details about that yet, so we'll know more when this update comes live, which should be happening next week or the week after. Anyway. It depends on when I recorded this and timings and all of that, and I didn't bother to look at a calendar. So whenever you're watching this video, either this event's yet to come, is already happening, or is 3 years past by now. Who knows? Anyway, the bigger news, however, than a Halloween event is we have a new December survival/sandbox mode update coming, which is honestly not something I was expecting this year because of COVID. I was expecting they were going to put all their resources in on getting episode 4 out as soon as they could in 2021, because it was originally supposed to come out this year, but yeah, COVID. So anyway, I'm actually pleasantly surprised we are getting a new survival update. This update is going to include a variety of UI improvements, some tuning changes, so we'll see what that involves, and 2 new gear items. We don't know what those are yet. It could be like new clothing, it could be new tools. Maybe, in the past when they said gear, we got the revolver. They have the bear spear in story mode, but we haven't gotten it in the sandbox. I don't think they've officially canned ever bring in the bear spear to sandbox, but I know it's been temporarily shelved and they haven't really updated us on that. Anyway, but the biggest highlight of this update is going to be a new region. Oh, if you guys are like me, you've been itching for a new region for a while. a new region that's not Bleak Inlet. Like, Bleak Inlet's fun, don't get me wrong, but like, it's Bleak Inlet. You don't really live there. You die slowly. Anyway, so we'll see what Ash Canyon holds for us. They've released a little teaser image of it. It looks like you got one of those little zipline carts that the forest firefighters used to use, or like the rangers and stuff. So we'll see. That looks interesting. New gameplay mechanic, I'm assuming. Anyway, so we'll get more details when we get closer to the update. But other than that, don't have a whole lot in regards to that. With all the info we've got so far, I would imagine we'd either get another dev diary or I wouldn't say update notes, because we'll get more information before the update. Maybe like a snapshot, I guess, would be the proper term. Well, no, because snapshot would be an Indian thing. Look, I don't know the right vernacular. Just whatever I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and if you don't, well, I don't either, and that's fine. Anyway, we'll get more info on it before the update actually lands. We've got episode 4 coming out. They have delayed it until 2021. We'll have some update on episode progress sometime in January, which leads me to believe, based on previous updates and everything else they've given us on the subject, I would imagine we're probably going to see an episode 4 release in the first half of 2021. I would like to say the first quarter of 2021, but between COVID and the team size at Hinterland and work from home and just all those things, yeah, I can't say. And I'm not going to speak for Hinterland and say that I have some sort of insider knowledge, because I don't. I just have past, launches and discussions and dev diaries and information posts to go off of, to kind of base some sort of like a educated guess. So I would say first half of 2020 is when we'll get episode 4. And then just a note for those who run into bugs and issues. They're going to be taking an extended holiday between Christmas and New Year, so if you've got a bug ticket you've submitted, it's probably going to be handled slower over the holidays, so don't freak out. Anyway, that's basically it for this update. They've been actually rather coy with news so far, because I remember when they were, teasing, gosh, it was Hushed River Valley ages ago they were teasing. They give us a little bit more info about it, like we knew it was gonna, was going to be a no man-made shelter region. There was a lot of info they gave on. We have no info so far on Ash Canyon, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens before that comes out. And 2 new gear items. Honestly, if I had to guess what those gear items are going to be, I would probably guess that at least one of them is going to be a clothing item of some kind, and the other some sort of tool. But what? I really couldn't say. It's not going to be another gun. For those who have been screaming for another gun, Hinterland has basically said they're happy with the weapons balance in the game currently, so that's not going to be another gun. Could be a tool of some sort, what, not sure, and could be another clothing item. Could be 2 new clothing items, I'm not really sure. In fact, some of the gear items might be specific to, traversing or handling Ash Canyon. We actually really have no information to go on but speculation. But anyway, that is the October 2020 Dev Diary. So, I hope you guys did enjoy that little news dump. I'm sure plenty of you follow The Long Dark and Hinterland Studios well enough. You've probably seen this before I bothered to make this YouTube video on it. But for those of you who haven't, this is the first you're hearing about it. Congratulations! Now you know, and you can actually be excited for something in 2020. I bet you didn't have that on your bingo card, did you? Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I've been Lonelywolf. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay warm out there.